Yes, everybody. Russ from the West End Network. Hope you're safe and well. Welcome, one and all. It's match day again. I'm here again. I'm bloody early again as we play the mighty Olympiacos at the London Stadium. 8 o'clock kickoff. So it's a bit of a late one for us to be tonight. But hey ho, can't be helped. Can't be helped. Here we got the chat. Let's have a look. Mo's back from Bangladesh. I am not going today. There's need to recover, but hopefully Forest, I'll come. If not, can meet in the afternoon. I don't go to the Carpenters after that, mate. I literally go straight home and become a dad. So unfortunately, I can't meet you in the Carpenters. Thanks for the offer, though, Mo. Harry, hope you will come on. There's definitely a win there tonight. I agree. Narki's in the just down the road in the cow having a beer. Oh, should have walked around that way. I walked from the car park outside of John Lewis. I should have gone the other way. Could have got a free pint of Diet Coke off Narky. Christ. Greetings from a wet, miserable Cork. Optimistic about tonight? Question mark. Is that you optimistic? Well, I'm always optimistic. So why ask me, Cyril? You know I'm optimistic. Weather-wise, we're looking at sort of blue skies at the moment. No rain forecasted as of yet. I have packed my umbrella just in case because I just know it will happen. I just know if I haven't got my umbrella. Big game tonight is a big game, Jay. I think for two reasons. One, for our European, obviously, exploits this season, but also I think from a team perspective, a morale perspective, I think we need something. The ironic thing is, obviously, this is the Olympiacos owner derby because obviously we play the double, don't we? We play Olympiacos tonight and then we play Forest on Sunday. And then we've got an international break. So for me, it's about any momentum we can get. And obviously, whatever happens, if it's a positive or negative momentum, it's going to be squashed by the international break. So is what it is. But then we've got a massive amount of games coming up in, from the end of February all the way up to Christmas, really. 2 games a week. So I said we've got that Liverpool game in between what is a 4 game in 9 days period. So loads of content on the West Ham Network. You can be assured of that, my friend. You can be assured of that. How are you? Us freezing here. Wish I was back in Bangladesh as it's hot. I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. It's not too cold. There we go. Hope you enjoyed the weather report. Up the Irons need a big win. They win big time. We certainly do. Russ, I think it's going to be scrappy this evening. I don't think it is, Fremmer. I don't think it is. I think it's going to be quite a good game. I think it's going to be a really good atmosphere. We know always the European nights, regardless of the opposition always brings the atmosphere. It's going to be a cracking atmosphere tonight. We've got DJ Tony Perry. We've got the fireworks, we have the light shows, all that type of stuff. I love it. I love the European nights. In the conference, Europa League, doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter who we play. It's the away fans for me make these games. They're brilliant. I think Viborg was one of the most surprising ones. They were fantastic for the whole game, and I love them. I really love the European nights. And if we can get to one, obviously we've only got hopefully more, but obviously there's only the Freiburg game, which sort of closes our group stage, and hopefully there'll be some more. Unless we finish 4th, there's going to be more, at least one more. So it's get yourself down here. Get yourself down if you can. Particularly, I think there's tickets still available, but honestly, it's brilliant. This stadium can rock. It can rock at sometimes. And it's usually European nights because we just turn up the music till about 11 more than anything. But there we go. What we got here? Rich, good afternoon to you. Hope you're well, sir. Who's the ref? No idea. It won't be Anthony Taylor because it's a European game, Mo. Afternoon, Narky. He's one to win. Need to stop this defensive midfield mentality that Moyes seems to have started. Trusting in our midfielders to show what they can do and let them shine. You're totally right. I mean, we've got, bar maybe Kurt Zuma, fully fit squad. And so it's going to be fascinating to see what he does. And we've read reports that, over the last couple of days that Antonio's getting dropped, Agai's going to get dropped, Soucek's going to get dropped. I don't think all three of them are getting dropped at all. I think Antonio will be dropped, but because I think he will be. And maybe it's time for that transition now. The transition of Bowen into the more central forward. Moyes spoke about it in his press conference. Go back and check it out yesterday. If you can hear what I'm saying, because I was doing it in the office, I do apologise. So I think there is definitely, a change afoot. There needs to be a change in mentality, and I think that starts with the formation. I think if you eradicate having the easy ball being Antonio down the line to chase, naturally you've got to play with the ball. You've got to be a bit, smarter with the ball anyway, because Bowie's not going to beat a 6'4" centre half, is he, in the air? So it's about playing more interesting football, more tactical football, more not ticky-tacky, but more passing football, because you can't get that big lump down the pitch like you have done before for the last 3 years. Afternoon, Anthony. Hope you're well. Is it the right we are after Carl Walker, Kevin Phillips? What is Moyes thinking? What a tosser. Walker. Do you mean Walker or Calvin Phillips? We've always had an interest in Calvin Phillips. And he didn't want to join last time. And maybe he's getting second, having second thoughts, because, end of the day, you got England, you got the Euros coming up. He wants to be playing first team football. He's not going to get it at City. He's going to get bits and starts and maybes. Walker, I think you mean Cole Walker. No, we're not going to get him. We did look at him. We're interested in him and Phillips, but that's before Walker became the captain of Man City. They offered him a new contract, so that didn't happen. Is that tonight? Is it tonight then? Banks is on VAR. What? Well, you won't have it British. No, I think the referees on VAR, I think they're Lithuanian. I think they are today, so don't worry about that. Everybody jumped up. I was just down the shop 10 minutes ago. My break. Unlucky, my friends. Unlucky. Next time, Mitch. Next time. You become a Viborg fan. I love it. Do you know what? Fair play. I love the way that the Viborg staff handed out beers to the West Ham lot when they were picking up their tickets. And I thought it was X and Dave. They had like a little video, a little vlog of when they went. It looks an amazing place. It looked really cool. And if you're buying a pint, then I'm there. Antonio's been great. He needs to go before he goes downhill any further. I think that the whole thing about Antonio for me is, it's like, how can I put it? You're right. He's almost like he's not resting on his laurels as such. And I know he's our Premier League all-time goal scorer. And, there was a 2-3 year period where he was relatively prolific. And those 3 years, it just shows you how many goals we haven't scored at West Ham. Those 3 years pretty much bumped him. He was nowhere near that scoring record until there's 2-3 seasons back-to-back, sort of 10 goals a season. And that put him into that stratosphere, so to speak, but put him into the number one slot. And you get unless someone like Devine stays with the club for several years and gets obviously first team football and plays a lot and scores, consecutively across several seasons, it's going to be difficult for someone to take over. That's what I'm saying. Bowie could end up doing it. If Bowie then becomes a centre forward, and he's picking up 10, 15 goals a season, all it takes is 3 or 4 of those seasons, and you're pretty much there already, which is mental to think about it. Nice and early, always here, mate. Always here, nice and early, Papa. You know me, my friend. I've got to, I've got to go and check everything works, check all the buttons, check all the speakers. Everyone's talking to each other. Love to see Obama start. Not going to happen. It's not going to happen until he signs a new contract. Moyes did exactly the same thing with Ben Johnson. And I think, again, it's just me speculating. He's in the middle of these contract negotiations. Rashane said last week that they rejected the first offer, which is what you always do. You don't never take your first offer. They were looking for 25 grand a week. I think West Ham offered them considerably less. He's only played a handful of games, doesn't he, really? But there is potential there. Then, currently here, we reported it this morning saying that David Sullivan was personally going to get involved in the negotiations and he was going to invite him to the Sullivan Mansions in the same way that they did with Jared Bowen and offering 30 grand a week. I think whatever happens, he's going to be playing. I think if he signs new, and I think what would really not benefit negotiations is if Barmer turned up, scores 2 or 3 goals tonight, that would say, right, we want 40 grand, 50 grand, this guy's special, which we know he is. So I think that's part of the reason. Now, I think that's wrong, but that might be part of the reason. I'm just trying to sort of compute the decisions about Mbama more than anything. And I think sometimes we have decisions, we look, because obviously we don't know what's going in, I don't know what's going in on his head, he doesn't know what's going in my head. So I think you try to sort of retrofit or understand decisions made, like the reliance on Danny Ings over someone like Divine Mbama. There must be a reason why Moyes is doing that. And he hasn't told us the reason. That's the frustration. If we knew the reason, we go, fair enough. We don't agree with the reason, but we can understand why. At the moment, it's just like nothing. There's no news. It doesn't seem that anyone's asked him any questions about it in a press conference either, which is something that's always surprised me. I think he should start with Bowen, Kudus, Benny tonight. And if it works, start with it on Sunday, especially with Paqueta and Alvarez back on the weekend. We've got Paqueta and Alvarez back tonight. They could play tonight. I think, don't forget, after Sunday, we've got 2 weeks off. So I would go, I'll do the predicted 11 show a little bit later on, but I would go balls out. Strong as you can. Obviously, we know Fabianski will be in goal rather than Areola. I think there might be a change at right back, maybe. I'm just thinking midfield's going to be interesting with Paqueta and Alvarez back, with Souček there, with JWP there, with someone like Kudus, with Bowen, Benny. Yeah, I think you might start Benny tonight and not Sunday, but we don't know. And that's the thing. It's actually a little bit interesting. VAR being done from the moon tonight may get it right there. They'll try. I mentioned what a Walker. Okay, I believe he is hopefully doing one. He wasn't planning to. He was going to watch at the pub, but the pub's not showing it. So I think he's doing a watch on tonight. So the only way you can check is to make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, and anytime we're on, we'll let you know. Let's go. Oh, comments have jumped. Time to wean out the past. They celebrate players. I'm afraid, Antonio. I totally agree, Michael. Totally agree. The likes of him, Bonner, Cresswell, these 3 straight away on me. They've got to go. Fabianski to some extent, but we haven't got a replacement to come in with Bonner, with Cresswell, with Antonio. We do have replacements, but we don't have one for Antonio. Obviously, you've got Heggie, the young lad, but again, goalkeepers are even less common to be given first team debuts when they're kids. In Italy, no problem at all. Donnarumma was playing for AC Milan at a teenage age, but it doesn't seem so much of a case with Premier League keepers. You've got Heggie, Nathan Trott, who's 25 this week. I always thought he was really young. He's 25. He's currently in the Danish top division. Veja BK, I believe they're called. You've got Anang. Is he going to bring up any trees? Don't think so. I think goalkeeper's a position we need to get a decent number 2 in. I think it's too young for Heggie at the moment. But yeah. Good luck, Hammer's Nice Zone. Thank you, FJT. Antonio apparently has family problems, which should affect anyone's performances. Bill, everyone's got problems, though, isn't it? But it's how you talk about it. I think it was even Gabriel Bonahor mentioned it the other day, saying you get the podcasts and things like that. And I totally agree. Sometimes you have to know when to put up and when to shut up. And yeah, Antonio's, I'm no doubt, but everyone's got problems. Everyone's got issues they're working through, and it's how some people, most people would take to the football field and block it out completely. If he's not that person, if he's affecting his performance, don't play him. Let him sort out his problems. You look at Paqueta. Paqueta had the whole thing around his all the gambling problems and all the he's played through it. Luis Diaz, he's got parents have been kidnapped, and he still played and scored. Do you know what I mean? So I think I appreciate it, and it's never nice, but it's how you come out of it the other end, and it's how the team deal with it as well. We miss Alvarez, and the team seems to look dodgy about. Totally agree. I think if we had Alvarez in the team on Saturday, we would have won, or we'd have got some sort of result. That's fair enough. He done the same thing with Anderson. You can't live in the past. Moyes winning and scoring the goals. Yeah, true. Very true. Very true. It's a really good way of thinking of it. The past is the past. If that's the case, then how can Moyes people go, oh, we spent 400 million? Because actually, we've only spent 180 million. And actually, as a net in the summer, there's only about 20 million of a net. So again, the narrative and it can be switched from where that side of the thing you're looking at. Brian Moyes just beat Arsenal. He certainly did. And Gareth Bowen has been named in the squad as well, in the England squad again, which is good to see. The reason the youth don't sign is too many broken promises. I think the reason why a lot of the youth don't sign is because I don't think they're very good. Some of them aren't very good, and I think we give an evaluated and elevated perception of them because they're academy players. Sonny Perkins, he's done nothing. Jeremy Ngakia, he's done nothing. Ashby's currently done nothing. Alase's doing well at Sunderland, no doubt about that. But it's at Sunderland. Same as Pierre Egua. Okaflex has done nothing. Cullen had to go to, if you look through the players we've let go recently, or over the last 3 or 4 years, I don't think at the moment anyone's gone, shit, we should have kept him. Let's be honest, I don't think so. Someone like Obama, he has all the attributes to be a very good player. Same as Sonny Perkins did, really, but he just didn't work. Ashby I was gutted with, but he's on loan at Swansea now, so he's not, and he's, whereas you look at Reece Oxford, Reece Burke maybe could say one that let go, but again, he had to go to several places. Went to Hull, then he went to Luton, and he's only just in the Premier League now. So I think that's the trouble as well. I think sometimes we have, I think of all that when we sold Grady Dingana, the world has fallen in on itself. We got 19 million quid for him. That was an absolute bloody. We took their arm off there, but it was like the world had collapsed in itself. Has done nothing since. Afternoon all full strength tonight. I hope so. I totally agree. Garino, that would do me nicely. Balls to the wall indeed. Where are the Olympiacos fans? Well, the Olympiacos are. I mean, I'm here. What we got? 5.5 hours before kickoff. So, unsurprisingly, most people are quite sane and won't be here so early on. Everybody got to go full strength. I totally agree. Don't care who plays as long as we win. If he wants to keep Antelli in the team, then why don't he move him back out wide and Bone at top? Oh, but Mitch, you've been saying that for years and he still hasn't done it. So he's not going to change his way, is it? That's the thing. Kieran started right back. That's what I think won't happen, because the only reason is when we played Olympiacos in Athens, Fofortunas, the left-sided midfielder, had a right field day, and Podence when he went to the left hand side, right field day against Soufal. And I'd rest Soufal for the Forest game, bringing Silo Kira more than capable to do a really good job there. And He actually played quite well when he played with Kudus. I think it was in the Europa League, I want to say. I can't remember. Gets up. What's up with Hughes? Is that a Man United shirt? Is that a Man United shirt? FJT. You can speak. Get off the Glazers back, will you? Get off Ten Hag. You're doing a great job here. Would like to say line up as Arsenal. Yeah, I think that's probably the most likely. Let's go through. Where is it? Oh, let's jump. Let's go through a bit more. See what else we got. A miracle. We still has a job. Russ is Big Eddie back today. Yeah, should be. He supposedly had family problems last season. Doesn't affect him doing podcasts. Totally right. What happens to you, Russ, when the club employ that other DJ? Oh, it's great, Mike. I love these games. I do half the work. I make sure everything's loud, and I do a little bit and tell you there's loads, and that's just, and then I still do all the bubbles and stuff like that. But honestly, I love European games. Tony is one of the sweetest men I know. He is so lovely. We have a really good relationship, really good sort of friendship, and I love European. I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him to the European game, so I'll be good to see him. Who's higher in the table? West Ham, Man United. Very good. Bowen got the copy. Certainly did. Good luck to the Hammers in the Premier League in Europe after tonight's game. Did you hear the preview of the London earlier from the? So yes, so Tony put together a remix, and I quite liked it. So we'll see. He'll probably play it tonight. That's it. The season the youth have proved they can compete with the big boys in the Billy Bob. True, it's a one-off game, and and it is true. But they beat Cheltenham Town 4-0. But that's Cheltenham Town. It's not Man United. It's not Liverpool. It's not Chelsea. And that's one game. They play 3 games in the Billy Bob Cup. That's why for me, it's about utilising the low market as if it was the old reserve sides, the old reserve league. So anyone who's half decent, send them out on loan. They get experience-wise fuck all by staying in the youth system up to a certain age. Up to when they go through the 18s, but as soon as they get into that 21s, literally, I would send anyone who they think's got anything about them out on loan. Give them that experience. Look at how Freddie's doing at Wickham. He's doing fantastically. If Obama signs a new deal, he'll be out on loan. I totally agree. Callum Marshall needs to go out on loan. The fact he's got 12 goals in PL2 is great, but it means fuck all. Because he needs a season of bulking up. Where Obama's got the physicality, he hasn't. I mean, Bowen's not the biggest man in the world, but he's really hard to shove off the ball. Same as Kudus. These guys are very solid, and I don't think Callum's got that just yet. Same as Patrick Kelly, same as George Earthy, Ollie Scarles. These guys, if they're good, they need to go out on loan and utilise the loan market as if it was the old reserve teams. That's why so many players would come from the youth team into the reserves, into the first team, because they had the physicality of playing against professionals, old pros, current first teamers who are coming back from injury, all the things you get in the reserve leagues, which you don't get in PL2. You might get the odd overage player. So when we play, it's like in the Billy Bob Cup, as I'm going to call it now, thanks to you, Michael. Ben Johnson played, and that was to keep match fitness. There was apparently wasn't a demotion. He wasn't being dropped into the stiffs. He was playing to get game time, to get minutes under his belt. That's how you need to utilise that for our players. Any light shows? Yeah, I think so, mate. I think so. Top 3: Chester's, Bowen, and Kudus, and keep off Moyes' back. Or are you fed up not fighting relegation? Top 3: Chester's. Don't mean their job. It's not quite simple as that, though. Just because the players failed at a club does not mean they have failed here. Many of those players were offered contracts by the club. They were offered contracts in the same way that they weren't released. They were offered a contract, and the player went, "Do you know what? I need more money, or I think I'm a better player than what you think I am. I'm going to go on my own." And they did. But how many of them have bit us on the bum yet, KP? Maybe in 2-3 years' time, maybe Harrison Ashby will be the one that's bit us on the bum. But at the moment, none of them have. None of them have, and I think the club have been very astute in, if they really wanted one of the players, they'd get him. So clearly, if they really want Devine to sign a new deal, it seems that Sully is taking on the mantle to get it sorted. The same way he did with Bowen. Bowen rejected 4-5 contract negotiations and then randomly signs a 7-year deal after turning it to Sullivan's house. That's all I'm saying. There we go. Right, everyone, oh God, look. Let's go for some comments. Oh, here we go. Right. Man's been called up. Yes, he has. Imagine Manu getting knocked out and we're still in Europe. Or Manu could be in they could be in Europa League. We could play them in the playoffs. Can we play them in the playoffs if we get through? I don't know how it works in terms of existing clubs. I think it might be the 16s where it's anyone's game. I think we're doing too little with our youngsters, nonetheless. We still have to take some of the responsibility for the failed progress for some of them. Yes, I'm all for. I love seeing academy players get into the side, Rima, but I'm also. It's not just a West Ham thing, and that's the thing. People assume it's all West Ham and David Moyes. There will definitely be a proportion of that attributed to Moyes in terms of who he picks aside. But, and again, I haven't done the analysis, but I will be doing that during the international break, is going through all the Premier League squads and looking at the amount of game time that this year has been taken up with academy players come through the academy. And again, then you've even got like the time period. If you've academy players in the last 2-3 years compared to maybe someone who's well established and has been at the club for a long time, and been the first team for several years already. So I think there is an element definitely, but there is an element of the Premier League as a whole. And that's a detriment to the England side eventually, because you get to a period where, I've said it a million times, and we've had Tim Breaker on and Patsy Holland, both still heavily involved in youth team football. And you talk about developing players. We had Tony Carr on and talk about it as well. The trouble is, it's easier and it's less time consuming and less risk to go to France and buy a 19-year-old left back who's already played for Nantes for like 20, 25, 40, 50 appearances already, because those leagues and La Liga and Serie A, they're geared up to the youth bait. They bring the youth in very quickly. They always have. Russ, are you going to watch new Doctor Who? No. Don't they play all them away from home, Russ? Yes, we do. Yeah. It's just starting to rain. I reckon we'll see a bar for a few minutes tonight. Don't think we will, mate. If you listen to all the X's, he says, go, mate, Mitch, something me and Anton spoke about all the time, that exact podcast, from Foz. Anytime, saying to youth teams, anytime they can get out on loan, get experience. That's what it takes. I look like a fucking gnome now. Look, this is what I do for you guys. It deserves a like. It's starting to rain now. Have you seen my height? What we got? Funny how Potts' kid got a loan, but no one else. KP, they set up a loan committee, and by all accounts, other sides haven't, so basically the whole idea was they'd look at everyone that came in terms of loan offers, they would assess if they're the right place to go. And maybe the likes of, we had, and apparently everyone was available on loan apart from Devine in the summer. And by all accounts, I think it was Huddersfield looking at Callum Marshall. I don't think they put a bid in for him. So it takes two to tango, doesn't it? It takes two to tango. You've got the bidding. Oh, see, look, even getting rain on my camera. There we go. It takes two to tango, doesn't it? You need a club willing to take one of our players on loan and guarantee them first team football. Because also, there's no point getting them on loan just to sit on the bench. They could do that here. It's about getting first team. There's talk of Watford. interested in Divine for the, for January, and I think I mean, Ismail is a very good manager, very full. I think he'd be really good for Divine. I think Watford seems a good fit for him. Championship side, that's where you need to go. So it's on a case by case basis, but they've got a whole setup. Too much money in the Prem, buy someone from youth. Yeah, you're exactly right, Michael. And that's it, because it's a results-based business. It's about staying in the Premier League. It's about, it's about having a good squad. It's about having a squad which then you can make money off later on. It is about money. And it's not about, player development. It's not about bringing in the academy players. And it isn't. It isn't. As I said, you look at, I mean, someone like Foden at Man City, he's still in the mix. He's not like he's not like nailed on like a Rodri. He still is in the mix of players they have. Same as Bernard, and so Foden might play one week, or Bernardo Silva, or Jack Grealish, and he's come through the academy. It's not just an inherent West Ham problem. Happy there, Starboy. We've got sent off last night, and they're bottom in the UCL. Well, yeah, I mean, look at Marcus Rashford, exactly. Right, let's go for a few more, because I'm getting a little bit wet. Don't forget to give it a like, deserve it. I expect you die-hard West Ham fans, and mostly not woke. Russ, if Southgate got sacked, would you take him? No, that bubble song is so catchy. Yep. Do you remember Elijah Wood signing it? Loved it. Yeah, I remember it being filmed here. Jedi Master? Yeah, Yoda, probably. Not a chance as a championship manager. So it's a Southgate. Imagine the winning goal being none other than a player called Rooney. Where the hell is Wazza? He's at Birmingham City. If Goalkeeper plays in red again, I'm switching to West Ham. Everyone's talking to each other. That's lovely, isn't it? Don't forget to give it a like. I'm very cold here. So if you could give it a like, be much appreciated. I've just realised I haven't had the thing on all day. Sad times. Anyway, keep an eye on the channel. We have loads of fun stuff coming up. Loads of fun stuff. Russ, whip out the lightsaber in a minute. You know it. Oh, I did the Star Wars ride at what was it called? Rise of the Resistance in Florida. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Great fun that was. Really good. Loads of stormtroopers. Only 25. Yeah, my heart bleeds for you, Ralph. My heart bleeds. Heart absolutely bleeds for you, my friend. It's going to start really pissing it down. Right, I'm going to start walking and talking. I'll walk and talk. You can hear it. It's probably absolutely starting to really be really annoying. So I'm going to walk and talk because it's going to absolutely pee it down in a minute. You can keep me company when I go on my walk. Right, what we got here? Hit eye of the like. Yeah, exactly. Hit the like. Just the weather, man. And I told you it was going to rain. And I told you I bought the umbrella just in case. And it's lucky I bloody did. I could have just heard, you might be able to hear the rain bouncing off the roof. It'll probably stop in a minute. I think it'll stop in a tick anyway. But yeah. What we got here? Russ. There's no doctor. I don't understand. No, I don't like Doctor Who, mate. Sorry, Russ. Must have jinxed. Cover you irons. There we go. A subscriber. What have we got here? Sorry, Russ. Must have jinxed you with your weather. I know. It's all your fault. Oh. There's a bloke who walked past it. I think he clocked me. He's like, it can't be the lesser spotted Ruffy B. And it certainly was. Wish it would only rain here, mate. Only had 2 days in the last week. My heart absolutely bleeds for you, Ralph. It really does. You poor thing. It's like my brother. He lives in Dubai, and he was moaning that it was really rainy the other day. My heart absolutely bleeds for you, mate. Absolutely. KP, doing a great job. Thank you very much, my friend. Great to see you, mate. Thanks very much. Exciting, leaving about that. Lucky, happy Emirat. Definitely bring an umbrella. It's going to be the crowd. Yeah, it's got a bit. Oof. Yeah, bring an umbrella. It's dry here. Can't blame. It's like he's only played a handful of games. Didn't blame at all. Didn't blame Bum at all. When he's come on, he's always looked like he's ready to play. Always looked forward thinking on the attack. Not blame. Great player. Just not getting any minutes on the pitch. You know what happens to irons in the rain? They go rusty. Very good, Mike. We've got here. It rains too much. Moyes won't pick Antonio. He can't stand up when it's sunny. He can only stay up if it's sunny. Antonio would miss the rain. Very good, happy Emirat. Sash window renovation says I deserve a thumb up, and that's definitely true. Definitely give us a thumb up if you're enjoying a little walkabouts. As I said, we do this for anyone new to the channel. We do this before every home game, so I'll be up here bloody early on Sunday to do it. Russ, do you think Mbama will be on the bench even though he plays Tuesday night? Yes, I think he will be. Quite often they played on the Friday night and they've been in the squad for the Saturday or the Sunday. I don't think the fact that he played on the Tuesday will have a detriment on him being picked. Whether Moyes picks him, another thing. You know, obviously he was on the bench. He was on the bench for the Arsenal game. He was in the squad. He was on the team. He was on the he was on the team coach and wasn't in the matchday squad. So I don't know what will happen, but I don't think the fact that he played on Tuesday would affect the fact that if he was in the squad. We do have, as I said, apart from Kurt Zuma. Sorry, my pants going right up my eyes. Kurt Zuma, who there's a question mark. I don't think he'll be risked at all today. We do have a fully fit squad, so we'll see if he gets any minutes at all. Let's go for some comments. Who is the last great player to come to the youth? Declan Rice. Did you hear about him? I'm sorry. In some ways, I feel sorry for Antonio. Got that free kick years ago and still looking for it. Oh my God. Hoping for Kudus scores a hat trick. I'm talking a bit louder now because you can hear the rain. Why is it always when I'm on these live things? It always pisses it down. Anyway, I hope he scores a hat trick too, though, to be honest. That'd be lovely. Jesus. Where the fuck did this rain come from? Today, Russ, you're my favourite. Only today, Mike. Only today. Unbelievable, son. Only today. Oh my God. Afternoon. Arthur Drano, hope you're well. There he is. Drano, the giver of memberships. Keep good friends with Drano if you want a free membership. This should happen. Was it 20 for the Arsenal game? Unbelievable. So much so we made the November draw, the Drano Hammer Memorial draw in honour of him. Not that he passed away, but there we go. What the fuck? He's going to the corner. Nothing. He's just not getting to the side, is he? And he's. I think he's one of those players who he just seems to always get injured at the wrong time. When there's not opportunity for him to, he's just an unlucky player. I think when there's an opportunity for him to get some minutes, he gets injured. When someone else is suspended, he seems to get injured. When he comes on, every time he's been on before, he just never seem to always seems to be offside all the bloody time. And it must be just people like Steve-O the Madman is a legend. Russ, Moyes don't blow his hornet, but he may try calling it. 99 problems with the corner one, very good. We have to laugh, we will cry. Just one cornetto. That's the gods. Exactly, yes. That's the gods of the failed West Ham youth system crying down on me. That's exactly what it is. Clear skies here in Kent, where the Wimbledon supposed to be leaving soon. Well, the sun's there. The sun's very strong. It's not like it's a. There's got to be a rainbow. There's the rainbow. There's got to be a rainbow somewhere. Got to find the rainbow. Usually it happens right over the stadium when it rains. There's got to be a rainbow somewhere. It's look, see, it's like coming. Good lighting on the side of my face. West Ham fans don't cry. They just moan. They just moan. They just moan. Yeah, it is. Look, the sun. It's beating down. The sun's beating down. It's just pissing down at the same time. Unbelievable, Jeff. Anyway, as I said, if you like what we do, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share. I'll be back a bit later on with my predicted 11 show. In grade it, Dean Gardner is now starting to have some good play. It took him 4 years. Indeed, it took him 4 years. Could we have waited for him for 4 years? No. As I said, we'll do our predicted show, predicted 11 show. That'll come out about 5, 6 o'clock. Let me know what you think about the starting 11s. I've gone very strong. I've gone very strong. I think we need to. As I said, I think because of the game against Olympiacos, because we lost that game, we need to go full strength. Pretty much Premier League and Cup for the rest of, well, until December, until the new year. And then obviously don't forget, then we've got the AFCONs as well. So the likes of Kudus, the likes of Ben Rama, the likes of Agad, the likes of Maxwell Cornet, they'll all bugger off for at least a couple of weeks. I think it's mid-January the tournament starts. So they'll probably be released a week or so before that, I'd imagine. There is a gap there is a gap. I think we only miss them for like 4 or 5 games, I think. There will be an FA Cup game in between that as well. So, yeah. Michael says 2 games till break, so it won't hurt them to play 14. That's my assumption as well, Michael. Obviously, got the international break, and we don't give a shit if they're not ready for the internationals. That's not our problem. But did you hear that? Well, I totally agree. We have to go strong. Can always make subs once the game's in the bag. That's what I always think you should do. Go strong. As I said, go balls out. And then take him off if we're winning. And keep him for the Forest game. Be lovely. Be lovely to have a comprehensive win today. We had Dimmy from Gate 7 International on. Olympiacos fan. Londoner, living in New York. He doesn't think that Olympiacos will be going for this game today. I disagree entirely. I think they'll be going for this. I think if they get a result, puts them straight back into them. Here we go. Here comes the Jedi again. A result for them puts them straight back into qualification. You've got to think, obviously, us, Freiburg, Olympiacos, find out. TSC are gone. But then TSC might turn over bloody things tonight. Freiburg, they're at home. Could happen. That could really put the cat amongst the pigeons, so to speak. I mean, regardless, I don't think we're not going to be playing. We're not going to be playing European football after the group stages, i.e., finishing 4th. So whether it means, and I don't think we'll finish 3rd. If we finish 3rd, obviously that means conference, and defending our title. If obviously 2nd, obviously we play in the playoffs, so we'll play the Champions League players who've dropped in. Some good teams have dropped in. We'll be dropping in the likes of Man United, likes of Newcastle, potentially Sevilla, several others as well. But for me, you've either got to win the group or you finish 3rd. I don't think finishing 2nd helps us. It does help us, but I think it's about winning the group. But if you win tonight, that pretty much puts, it should be enough. Should be enough. Obviously, then we play TSC away in Serbia. And then obviously Freiburg's the last game. That could be a decider of Freiburg. That'll be here in terms of whether they are going to qualify or not, because Olympiacos will be playing TSC. So, and obviously, you know, I think by then they'd have played each other one more time. It's opened that one defeat opened up the whole game. It's opened up the whole league, this whole table. So it's going to be fascinating. But anyway, in a wet East London, this is Russ in the West End. Now, take care, stay safe. Don't forget to give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, give it a subscribe. We'll be back later on with all the content. Afterwards, if it's not too wet, I will be running around the ground afterwards and trying to get a few people to outside to say hello, get some what's it called? Get some people's reactions, hopefully from a win, and then we start for the Nottingham Forest game. So the David Moyes press conference, we'll have the press conference. We'll have the bloody what else we got? Got Greg, Chef Greg, the Nottingham Forest fan. We've had him on before, nice guy. We'll have match day. We have the lunchtime live tomorrow, so you can get all your do the what's it called, the ratings and shit like that as well. So loads of stuff coming on. Just putting my pass on. Make sure you get the right way. I always have it the wrong way. And yeah, keep an eye on the channel. As I said, Anton will hopefully be doing the watch along later on. He's scheduled it, so we'll see what happens. And until next time, take care, stay safe. Oh, the Saturday's not raining. Take care, stay safe, and come on, you bloody irons. Stay humble. Irons.